Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
An episode of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, from 71 years ago, January 28, 1952, Joseph Cotten starring in an episode entitled Carnival. And we thank you for tuning in on this Saturday. This is the 28th day of January. We have 337 days remaining until we get to 2024. In a snowstorm at Fort Keogh, Montana, the world's largest snowflakes reported in 1887, 15 inches wide, 8 inches thick. Now that's a snowflake. The Carnegie Institute, founded in Washington in 1902 with a $10 million gift from Andrew Carnegie. U.S. troops left Cuba on this date in 1909, with the exception of Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, after being there since the Spanish-American War of 1898. 1915, Congress created the Coast Guard. 1916, Louis D. Brandeis became the first Jewish appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. 1917, municipally owned streetcars took to the streets of San Francisco. A symbolic tomb of the unknown soldier installed in 1921 beneath Paris's Arc de Triomphe to honor the unknown dead of World War I. 1922, Washington's biggest snowfall, causing the city's greatest loss of life in 1922 when the roof of the Knickerbocker Theater collapsed. 1958, the Lego Company patented their design of Lego bricks. They are still compatible with those Legos produced today, and they're still evil to step on. 1981, President Reagan lifted the remaining domestic petroleum price and allocation controls in the U.S., helping to end the 1979 energy crisis and beginning the 1980s oil glut. In 1985, USA for Africa recorded the hit single We Are the World to help raise funds for Ethiopian famine relief.
I am just thrilled to say that I'm going over to join some of my very dear friends and people that I've met for the first time to, in a joint effort, do what we can to help some starving people in the world, some deprived people. And it's going to be wonderful as far as I'm concerned to, first of all, meet, gather, and do some good. It's great.
Lionel Richie talking about We Are the World, recorded on this date in 1985. And in 1986, Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart after liftoff, killing all 7 astronauts aboard.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Pieces of ice tumble off as the coldest Space Shuttle launch ever gets underway. Challenger seems to shake herself free of the ice and goes.
I have a report from the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. Flight director confirms that.
It was a huge explosion. Filling the sky were white clouds of smoke combined with fire.
It's just one of those things that feeling that you get, that cold feeling all over that only happens maybe 5 times in your lifetime.
I regret that I have to report that based on very preliminary searches of the ocean where the Challenger impacted this morning, these searches have not revealed any evidence that the crew of Challenger survived.
Francis R. Scobie, Commander, Michael J. Smith, Pilot, Judith A. Resnick, Mission Specialist, Ronald E. McNair, Mission Specialist, Ellison S. Onizuka, Mission Specialist.
Today is a day for mourning and remembering.
Payload Specialist.
Nancy and I are pained to the core by the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain with all of the people of our country. This is truly a national loss.
The voices of this date, back in 1986, and I'll repeat their names again. Greg Jarvis, Christy McAuliffe, Ronald McNair, Ellis Onizuka, Judith Resnick, Francis R. Scobie, and Michael J. Smith, passing away when the Space Shuttle Challenger basically fell apart on this date in 1986. One of the issues with the whole space shuttle program is it was not very easily upgradable. In fact, for years, NASA was searching, believe it or not, on eBay to find parts because the 1970s computers that were being used, they weren't easily taken care of. So there were issues. We learned a lot through the space shuttle program, and we will learn more as America returns to space. Among others passing away on this date in history, Sergeant Schultz in Hogan's Heroes, John Banner, passing away ironically on his birthday. He was 63 years old that day when he passed away back in 1973. Also passing away on this date, actor Hal Smith, cartoonist Jerry Siegel, Jefferson Airplane's Paul Cantor, and Cicely Tyson, all passing away on this date in history. Born on this date in history, the fine pianist Arthur Rubinstein, also jazz tenor saxophonist Ronnie Scott, and Acker Bilk, the stranger on the shore. Alan Alda turns 87 today. Barbie Benton is 73. Sarah McLachlan is 55 years of age. The very funny Mo Rocca from CBS Sunday Morning is 54. Amy Coney Barrett, Supreme Court Justice, 51 years of age. A couple of the boy bands have members born on this date. Joey Fatone of NSYNC is 46. Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys is 43. WWE Sheamus, still performing well despite spinal stenosis, 45 years old today. Elijah Wood from Lord of the Rings, 42, and Modern Family's Ariel Winter is 25. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 28th day of January as their birthday. And if this happens to be your birthday...
Hi, we're the Four Freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
And from 71 years ago today, January 28, 1952... Suspense, Joseph Cotton, starring in Carnival. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Saturday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite radio station. Classic Radio Theater family, you know our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by just creating the best pillow. He created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me because, you know, I'm working like 67 hours a day. Now, Mike's offering the best deal on his Giza Dreams bed sheets ever. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. You'll never want to sleep on anything else once you slept on a set of Giza Dream sheets. A special offer for you right now. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. Call 1-800-928-4715. Use the promo code Wyatt. Or go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Wyatt. It's good on anything on the website. That number again, 1-800-928-4715. Use my promo code Wyatt. Joseph Cotton, to my mind, an outstanding screen actor for a number of years. He was a well-known Broadway performer. Philadelphia Story, Sabrina Fair, 3 great Orson Welles films, Citizen Kane, The Magnificent Ambersons, and Journey into Fear. Journey into Fear in 1943, he was also credited with the screenplay and did lots of acting. He has been cited as one of the best actors never to have received an Academy Award nomination. I find that hard to believe, but it's true. Joseph Cotton, his last roles were in 1980's The Hearst. He was also in Casino, Heaven's Gate, the 1981 movie Love Boat, The Survivor, and Delusion. Now, Cotton suffered a stroke in 1981. He lost his voice for a period of time, and after his heart attack, he basically was done. In 1990, his larynx was removed due to cancer. He died in 1994 of pneumonia at the age of 88. And he was given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so there's that as well. Joseph Cotton, the star to today's episode of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, January 28th, 1952, Carnival.
Autolite and its 96,000 dealers bring you Mr. Joseph Cotton in tonight's presentation of Suspense. Tonight, Autolite presents Carnival, the story about a man whose only emotion became hate, starring Mr. Joseph Cotton. And now, with Carnival and the performance of Mr. Joseph Cotton, Autolite hopes once again to keep you in suspense.
"8 feet 9 inches tall. I weigh 343 pounds. Married and no children. I joined the sideshow at the age of 22. Now, if you would like a photograph of me, I have them right here for sale."
All right, over here to the next stand, ladies and gentlemen, to the star attraction of the sideshow. That's right, right over here. Gather round real close. That's it, right up front. Yeah, sure, little boy, you get right up close here. See something you never saw before. Ladies and gentlemen, Rene the Robot, Rene the Magnificent. Handsome, isn't he? Beautiful man. Look at him. How elegantly he stands. The elegant clothes, the gloved hand. Just so. The mouth, smiling. The noble head poised for all to admire. Rene the Robot. Rene the man without emotion. Lift your hand, Rene. Like on pulleys and wheels, ladies and gentlemen, like a mechanical doll. You and I lift our arms this way, ladies and gentlemen. But Rene, lift your other arm, Rene. Bow. Makes you forget his flesh and blood, doesn't he? Walk, Rene. Like a mechanical doll, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with your permission, we'll have Rene do a little dance for us. Put your drum on, Rene. Look at him, ladies and gentlemen. The way he responds to me, to O'Mara, as if I were pressing a button. No question, no argument, no emotion. He hears my voice and responds. Are you ready, Rene? Dance. Wouldn't you like to have a beautiful mechanical doll like Rene to take home, girls? Of course you would. And he even talks. Listen. Tell us about yourself, Rene.
I am Rene Orlando. I was born in Louisiana, a small town near the Gulf. My father was a fisherman. I do not remember my mother. I was 15 years old when we moved to Baton Rouge. There I discovered my talent. My talent is to control all emotion. My talent is to live as a machine, as well-ordered and without emotion as a machine. They stare at me, the faces looking up at me, idiot faces, fools' faces who see in me their own reflection, who stand with open mouths before the image of the robots that they are. They are the puppets. They are the mechanical dolls, the effigies without emotion. And I, the torrents within me, the ecstasies, the floods, the pure singing passions that wash over me. And Gabrielle, my wife, Gabrielle, she knows the man who makes a farce of himself before an audience is no robot, knows when the day's mockery of Carnival is ended. It is a man who comes to her, a man who loves, hates.
Undo my hair, Rene.
Black. It coils over your shoulders like dark fire and lies against the secret hollows of your throat. Black.
Say my name.
Gabrielle.
Again. Say it.
Who else knows these secrets?
What?
O'Mara?
How many times, Rene, how many times do I have to tell you O'Mara is nothing?
You walk and O'Mara's eyes follow you. You perform on the trapeze and O'Mara stands below and watches your flight and his fingers stretch out for you.
Listen, Rene, How many ways must I prove to you I love you?
You're with him often. Why?
We discuss matters of costumes, of new ways of doing a trick.
And me also? You talk of me?
No.
You lie.
No.
You lie, Gabrielle. He says my name to you and tells you I am a mechanical man. Isn't that so?
Rene, you're jealous.
Yes, jealous. And happy for it. Know that I am not a mechanical man, but a man of emotion. One who loves and is jealous.
What will make you believe me?
There is a way. If
what?
If there were no O'Mara.
What?
If O'Mara were dead, Gabrielle. Now, no more words, my darling.
No more.
And that is why they call me Rene the Robot. And if you'd like a token of your visit with me, I have some photographs. They are for sale. They are autographed.
Don't be bashful, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, buy. Or maybe you still don't believe. Don't believe that Rene is a mechanical man. Oh, little boy, come here. Here, I'll lift you up on the stand. Here we are. Now, slap him, little boy. Slap the mechanical man's face. Slap him. And Rene doesn't move a muscle, nor does he even blink. Buy his pictures, ladies and gentlemen. Buy from Rene the Robot. Rene, come in. I know why you've come to my trailer, Rene. For my compliments on your last performance. You were brilliant.
Mara, you must listen to me.
Oh, not for compliments, then for what?
It's for what happened in there in the tent, in the sideshow.
Oh, then you resent the little boy who slapped you. I thought it was quite a nice touch, Rene.
You go too far, Mara. Tonight was the last indignity.
You're quitting?
It must stop.
Then you've come to say goodbye.
Yes.
How many times have you said goodbye? 20 times? 150 times?
This time
1,000 times? How many times in 15 years, Rene? You can't leave. I won't permit it.
All right, I gave you that much, O'Mara. 15 years, that long of dancing with toy drums. It's done now, over, finished.
For a mechanical man? Oh, but I always forget. You're not a mechanical man. You're a person of passion, you always tell me.
Yeah.
You've got feelings.
Yes, this is true.
I always forget. 15 years a man can forget in that length of time. What was that girl's name?
No.
You know the one I mean.
I told you, O'Mara. I warned you.
What was her name?
Her name was Celia.
Yes?
I killed her.
You strangled her, Rene, with her hair.
Her name was Celia Barton. And I killed her.
Of course.
And you saw it. And you told no one.
I'll never tell anyone. You're my major attraction, Rene. Why should I tell anyone? You're not going to leave, are you?
No.
You'll stay. And so will Gabrielle.
Yeah.
That puzzles me, a man like you and a woman like Gabrielle. So different. What do you do? What do you talk about?
We're not different.
A robot, cold, without heart and no soul. Gabrielle, flame.
You're wrong, O'Mara. You have no understanding. You do not know what's inside of me.
Cold, without heart and no soul. I know what's inside of you, Rene. Pulleys and strings and wheels.
Someday, O'Mara,
You'll kill me?
Yes. Yes, I'll kill you, O'Mara. I'll kill you.
Rene! Bow! Turn around. Get out.
There is a reason why I did that for O'Mara, bowed for him, left him 15 years and listened to his voice that long, perform for him. Habit becomes strong, as all of it had become habit. Oh, Mara, the carnival, the moving from here to another village, to yet another and another, and perform, and the nights of the mist like tonight, walk through it. A wet desert, pale reflections of light, the pockets of wind that swirled up the confetti and drifted away. Empty rides, the carnival that had run down. And shadows on peeling paint, and shadows on shadows. And Gabrielle in our trailer, waiting for me.
Rene. I saw what he did to you today. That child slapping you.
It amuses him. Everything I do amuses him.
The boy slapped you here?
Yes.
Yeah. The shame is gone.
No. Now only your lips are gone. The shame is still there.
Why do you permit it, Rene?
No more.
Yes, no more. We'll go away from this place, from O'Mara.
He'd find us.
Far from here, Rene, to a place where
I said it, he'd find us.
Well, let him. What difference does it make?
You don't understand.
Understand what? Understand how he makes a fool of you 10 times a day? Understand how he...
Gabrielle, my darling.
What? What is it?
O'Mara, he...
Yes?
Kill him.
January 28, 1952, Joseph Cotton in Suspense, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll have the news from this date in history 71 years ago and the conclusion of Suspense when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues following these important messages from your favorite radio station. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday with us here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, listening to an episode of Suspense, Carnival, starring Joseph Cotton, as it was originally broadcast on Monday, January 28, 1952. In the newspapers of that Monday, 71 years ago, these were some of the headlines. The first meeting of staff officers at Panmunjom, Korea, to begin working on a United Nations blueprint for carrying out the terms of a Korean armistice postponed 24 hours at communist request. The communist request received by telephone at the United Nations peace camp at Munsan, and the UN immediately granted the postponement. The initial meeting now will be held tomorrow instead of today. King Farouk last night suddenly dismissed the Egyptian government, which had brought his people anti-British settlement to a pitch of frenzy, and then was unable to protect the capital from rioting, looting, and destroying mobs. The official Egyptian broadcasting service announced early today that the king had ousted the premier and all of his cabinet. It said he had installed Ali Maher Pasha, an independent and veteran of 30 years in Egyptian politics, as the new premier, and given him the jobs of foreign minister and minister of the Army and Navy. The FBI reported Saturday a nationwide search for Rosario Tornello, Frank the Sheik, described as a dope dealer with unlimited funds, ended with his arrest Friday in an Eastchester bar. The dapper 53-year-old Tortolano arraigned before U.S. Commissioner Edward McDonald as a fugitive from a 5-count narcotics indictment and was held on $25,000 bond. French troops and police rounded up some 2,000 Arab nationalists and conducted a house-to-house search for weapons in localities throughout Tunisia. A Tunisian nationalist leader said the calm is to give the French a chance to propose a solution of the present difficulties. Premier Mohammed Mossaegui made an appeal to departing British Ambassador Sir Francis Shepherd to urge the British to settle the Anglo-Iranian oil dispute. Mossaegui's appeal contained a hint that Iran might be willing to resume talks. Newspaper columnist Walter Winchell has been ordered by heart specialists to take a complete rest. An editor's note at the end of Winchell's Monday morning column, published in the New York Daily Mirror, said that Winchell has been ordered by his own doctor and heart specialist to take an immediate and complete rest from all activities. The newspaper said he hopes to resume shortly. Reports from Jaipur, India, said the Maharaji, one of the leading former ruling princes of India, was killed in a plane crash in his home state of Rajasthan. The Maharaji of Jodhpur recently entered politics as an independent candidate, opposing the politics of Prime Minister Nehru's Congress Party in the state elections. In Clear Spring, Maryland, police looking for thieves who can read shorthand. Seems someone used a sledgehammer to break in the front door of the school in Clear Spring and a crowbar to open the principal's office door. But the safe was opened and $30 taken without a sign of force. On the floor was a piece of paper with the safe combination written in shorthand. And those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Monday, January 28th, 1952, on your radio, Suspense, Carnival, starring Joseph Cotton, which continues now on Classic Radio Theater.
Oh, Mara,
Yes?
kill him. Kill him for me, Gabrielle. You kill him.
What?
Kill him. Don't you see it's the only way?
Kill him?
Gabrielle, listen to me, believe me. It's the only way we can be happy. Mara has to die. He must die, Gabrielle. And then we can be together. Always, always together.
But kill him?
You mustn't do this for me. Just now I tried, and I cannot.
You hate him and you want us to be together and you can't kill him? Why?
Because 15 years on the platform performing for him, moving according to his demand, and now just talking to him. He speaks my name and I perform. I could not get close enough to kill him. I can only perform.
Then you are the mechanical man.
No.
Everything O'Mara says about you, it's true.
He loves you. Dance with him. Drink with him. Poison him. Kill him.
Rene, the robot.
Does a robot hate? Does a robot know jealousy? Does he love? Am I a robot, Gabrielle?
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Kill him.
Yes. Yes.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Joseph Cotton in Carnival. Tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
From 71 years ago, January 28, 1952, Suspense, the conclusion next on this Saturday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, here on your favorite radio station. On Sunday's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of Inner Sanctum Mysteries from 77 years ago, January 29, 1946, Mercedes McCambridge starring in The Blood of Cain. A woman graduates from poisoning pigeons to learning that she's the latest in a long line of murderers, which of course prompts the host to say, "That was no lady. That was my knife." That's coming up on Sunday's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. But now the conclusion of our Saturday episode of Suspense, 71 years ago, January 28, 1952.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Joseph Cotton in Elliot Lewis's production of Carnival. A dramatic report well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Your tickets here for the spectacular attractions that you will see inside. Rollo the Giant stands 8 feet 9 inches tall, his little finger as big around as your wrist. Rene the Robot, the man who walks and talks and thinks like a machine. Rene the Mechanical Man. Yes, you'll see them all and many more inside. One ticket takes you all the way through, so step right up.
It was sunlight when we listened to him, when Gabrielle and I listened to O'Mara. Sunlight of the day he was going to die. The carnival stood red and gold and green and bronze against the heat-shivering sky. And through the dull, glinting dust, the crowd funneled to this stand and that, to this novelty, to that attraction. It kept on all day, the procession of seekers. And later, when the sun went down, first mist descended, and later, when it was night, and it was shadows again. And then it became a certain time, a time of importance, the hour interval before my last performance, the hour when O'Mara would die, and Gabrielle would kill him.
I'm frightened, Rene.
Yes, but you must wipe the fright from your face. When you are with him, be gay, Gabrielle. Frivolous for a while, then warm.
I know.
Here near the cage, Leopard. No one will see us. You will be warm for O'Mara, Gabrielle. You will wait on him and be beautiful for him, and he will drink a toast to your beauty with this.
Where did you get it?
I got it. A few drops from this bottle into his glass. Take it. Take it, Gabrielle.
All right.
And when O'Mara dies, Rene the robot will die with him.
Yes.
My last performance is at 11. My last performance will not happen, will it?
No.
Because in a few minutes you will meet O'Mara in our trailer. He will be there, won't he? You asked him there.
Yes. Rene.
What? What is it?
Rene. Nothing. I will do it.
Now go to him. Kill him. You caged leopard, wait with me. You behind your bars, I behind mine. Wait. Walk with me. Wait with me. Oh, leopard, forgive me. I am more fortunate than you. Time passes and the minutes go, and my prison will dissolve. A man will die, and with his dying, I will be free. And time passes, leopard. A man is dying, and I am coming alive. The things I feel now, you would understand if those bars were being torn aside for you. But crouch. A little longer. Little longer. And then exhilaration, the joy, the leap. O'Mara is dead.
Rene. Where have you been, Rene?
O'Mara.
I've been looking for you. There are people in there in the tent. They are waiting for you.
O'Mara!
For Rene the robot. Come on. Now, Rene. Makes you forget his flesh and blood, doesn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Walk, Rene. Like a mechanical doll, like a puppet on strings. And now a divertissement. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here in my hand a bottle. A small bottle, a brown bottle. You, sir, in the audience, would you mind holding it for me?
Oh, sure. Give it to me.
Now hold it up. Let everybody see it. A small brown bottle, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, what does it say on the label?
Says poison.
Poison. That's right. Unscrew the cap. There's nothing to be afraid of. Thank you.
You crazy?
You don't respond when I tell you to do something, do you, sir?
Drink it? You crazy?
Then you believe it's poison, do you not?
If it says poison, I'm not taking any chances. Here's your bottle back, mister.
No. Hand it to that girl, that lovely girl there who just laughed. Yeah, take it from me, miss.
All right.
If I asked you to drink it, would you drink it?
No.
And why not?
Because it's poison.
Poison? A young woman gave me this bottle a little while ago. Her name is Gabrielle. Oh, but this is of no interest to you, ladies and gentlemen. What's of interest to you is Rene the robot. May I have the bottle back, please? Thank you. Would you drink from this bottle, Rene?
Yes, I would.
Even though you know it's poison?
Yes.
Because I tell you to.
Yes, because you tell me to.
Drink. You see, ladies and gentlemen, he drank it, drained it. But don't worry, it wasn't poison. Once the bottle held poison, but that's another story. It was only colored water that Rene drank. And now, with your permission, we will have Rene do a little dance for us. Put on your drum, Rene. danced very well tonight, Rene. Oh, beautifully. Dance, Rene, dance, and listen. I went to Gabrielle, spoke love to her. I was right about her. She is a flame, unforgettable, love and wine. When she handed me the glass, her hand shook. Oh, dance, Rene, the people love you. Her hand shook, and then she dropped it. She dropped the glass. Wouldn't you like a beautiful mechanical doll like this to take home, girls?
Gabrielle, he's alive.
Hold me. Just hold me.
What happened? Why is he alive?
Love me, Rene. Tell me it's all right.
O'Mara's alive. Why?
I tried to do what you told me. I permitted him to hold me in his arms. I permitted him to kiss me. I laughed. I was gay. Then, from the bottle, Rene, the poison, I poured him a drink.
And your hand shook and you dropped it.
Yes, how could you know?
How could I know? Your hand shook and you dropped it. Why? You kissed him. It was so pleasant that you...
No, I love you, Rene. Even now that I know everything about you, I love you.
What do you know?
Why you wanted O'Mara dead?
What did he tell you?
About a girl named Celia. A girl you killed. How you killed her.
She was beautiful.
Like me?
Like you.
So many things I understand now, Rene. Why you are what you are. Why you do
What am I?
To me, my love. To the world, what O'Mara has made of you, a robot.
You could have ended it for me, Gabrielle.
I cannot. Ever, Rene, I cannot kill.
More and more and more what O'Mara does to me. A word from O'Mara, a movement of O'Mara's mouth, a gesture from him, and I respond.
Rene.
You told him everything, gave him the bottle of poison, confessed. You could not kill him. Why?
Wait.
Oh, with you, I was alive a little bit. I could be jealous. Now I'm lost.
No. Wait. My hair, Rene. Touch it. See. You're not lost. You're here with me. With Gabrielle. With Gabrielle.
You should have killed him.
I couldn't.
Because you love him. You and O'Mara, the puppet of both of you, a mechanical
No,
doll.
no,
A mechanical doll to play with like a toy. That other one, too. Celia, too, like her. You.
I'm Gabrielle. I love you.
Like her.
Rene. No, don't.
Like her. Like her. She lay there, Gabrielle, her hair a veil across her mouth, against her throat where I had twisted it. I brushed it aside, leaned over, whispered her name on her lips. She didn't answer me. She lay still. Gabrielle lay still. I lifted her, held her in my arms. A pale light from outside touched her cheek, held. And through the window outside was mist and the carnival, and the seekers still there for the last show. Here and there the carnival lights die, one by one. And the light on Gabrielle's cheek dies too. No, Gabrielle.
She's dead, Rene. You killed her. Put her down.
No, O'Mara.
Put her down. Rene. Walk. Turn left, Rene. To the tent. They're waiting for you. You strangled tonight, Rene. Again. Strangled. Rene. Walk. Rene. 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 Rene.
I weigh 343 pounds, married and no children. I joined the sideshow at the age of 22.
I am Rene Orlando. I was born in Louisiana, small town near the Gulf. My father was a fisherman. I do not remember my mother. I was 15 years old when we moved to Baton Rouge. There I discovered my talent. My talent is killing. Long ago I killed Celia. Tonight I killed Gabrielle and O'Mara. Now I will dance for you.
Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, with music composed by Lucien Moraweck and conducted by Lud Gluskin. Carnival was written for Suspense by Morton Fine and David Friedkin. In tonight's story, Mary Jane Croft was heard as Gabrielle and Joseph Kearns as O'Mara. Featured in the cast were Dick Ryan, Charles Calvert, and Sylvia Sims.
Joseph Cotton is currently starring in the MGM production Man with a Cloak.
And remember, next week on Suspense, Mr. J. Carroll Nash in The Treasure Chest of Don Jose.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
From January 28, 1952, 71 years ago, Suspense on this edition on Saturday of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Hope you'll take a moment to visit the MyPillow website and search out all the good deals to help you get a real good night's sleep. Use my promo code Wyatt and save on anything on the website, mypillow.com. Also visit my webpage, which is classicradio.stream. Stream our shows on demand. Learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me there, find our social media links, and if you'd like to help us support the program, you can buy me a coffee. The Buy Me a Coffee money helps us acquire additional great classic radio collections to bring to you here on your favorite radio station. Also helps us keep our distribution channels up and running. That's at classicradio.stream. Have yourself a great day. Thank this station. Support their advertisers. Tell your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.